Planning a destination wedding or maybe an event or a conference, there are ways to help reduce your environmental impact. Romina Kwong from Eco-Friendly Events is here with more. And I love how you got into this business because you were part of a wedding party that did a destination wedding after you had done environmental studies, and you just kind of thought, what is this?
Yes, well, definitely a little bit about that. We all flew down together. It was a direct flight, which was great because most of the carbon emissions from a flight are from the landing and takeoff. So having a direct flight, when possible, will drastically reduce the carbon footprint
of a destination wedding, right? And there are other things to consider too, whether you're doing a destination wedding or you know, a close to home wedding. There are things to think about, and this is for any, like for a big gala dinner or for a conference or whatever. It's thinking about what's happening to the food. To you know, is there recycling? Is there, or is everything being thrown in the garbage? Like, you got to think about that impact.
Yes. Exactly. So first is picking the location where most of your guests coming from and reducing the travel. So whether it's a destination wedding, obviously there's flights. If it's local, are you picking somewhere central where everyone's coming from? So it's reducing the amount of distance in travel.
Right.
And then in terms of the venue itself, is what do they have on site? Or do they have any renewable sources of energy? Do they have solar panels? That sort of thing. And then where's the food and beverage coming from? Is it sourced locally so that it's driven in rather than flown in from the other side of the world? And then, like you mentioned, what is the waste management on site? Do they have composting and recycling? And was it accepted into those different bins?
You even think with a wedding, what about the flowers?
Oh, yes, that's a big one.
Are they local, or have they been trucked in and flown in?
Yes, and then one thing that people don't really think about, that those beautiful arches, they often use floral foam to keep the flowers wet, basically, and that gets tossed out and it's made of plastic. So yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Wow, so many things. So would people hire your company then to kind of oversee everything, or the environmental component of things?
So a bit of both. I will do the planning and producing of an event from start to finish, incorporating those sustainability values. And for those event planners who need that environmental expert, I can join the team and consult as well.
Right. And are you seeing a lot more with conferences and things? Because now people are coming back from the pandemic, people are meeting in person again.
Yes.
You think about like how much, like plastic drink containers, how much gets thrown away. Even things that say they're recyclable, are they really being recycled?
Probably not. Like 90% of our recycling doesn't actually get recycled, which is very heartbreaking. So I apologize for breaking that news. But yeah, it's figuring out, working with the waste management company and the venue to see what is actually accepted into those bins.
Okay, so much to think about, actually. Next time you go to an event, like, look around, think about how you got there.
Yes.
And how the items that you're dealing with got there as well.
Yes, exactly. And then sort of like the last resort is you want to reduce your impact as much as possible, and then you can always carbon offset. So calculate using a carbon footprint calculator online, calculate the distance of your flight, for example, and then you can offset. Just make sure it's a third-party verified project, because I have heard somebody will like fly a plane and drop seeds and count that as a tree planted. So,
All right, Romina, we'll get you all your socials up on our website so that people can contact you. chch.com/morninglive.